You're only a what if away from great holidays. Check out the deals at whatif.com. What if is Aussie for travel. It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday.
Hey.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
How's tricks?
I spent the night pouring through the Australian Women's Weekly birthday cake book last night.
Oh, I mean, I don't want you to get too excited about it because the public have been voting overnight for which cake you're going to make from the nostalgic 40-year-old cookbook.
I know. I was very excited. We sat there because the kids have never seen it. So I sat there with the kids and we flicked through and I said, this is the one that WA's voting for, these four. This is the one that I'd really like showed them the train and
Yep.
it blew their minds. And then Mila, because it's her birthday today, she's 9, and then she said,
happy birthday, Mila.
yeah, can you make me one of those? I said, I don't have the time, honey. I'm sorry. I don't.
Well, technically you'll have to make the cake. Do you want to just make the cake, show it off against ours, and then take it back to her and be like, here's your birthday cake?
Can I do that? Can I just, because I've got to make the one this week, whatever gets voted, and we'll reveal the results coming up after 8. And then can I just have it, give it to Mila, please?
In this case, if you want to, then yes, I am hoping that you do get the train and that's what everyone voted for, because I'll just take the last carriage.
Not a problem.
You can just take the cake. It won't look like anyone's got stuck into it.
Any particular colour that you'd like? Because the carriages are multicoloured. They're different coloured carriages.
Yeah, once you become a grown-up, you realise the food colouring is not the important part.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. Yeah. That is going to be very good. I'm excited for this because I get to make one. You're making one. Ben Cousins is making one over the next 3 weeks.
Or so they say.
Or so they say. Because we found out something insane about Ben, about the wedding cake that he made supposedly just a few weeks ago, which never happened.
We need to learn more about that.
Interesting.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Ready to strike gold? Prospectors Pick have the gear and expertise to help you hit the jackpot. As certified Mind Lab dealers, they're your go-to gold prospecting experts.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Eureka! Gold diggers.
They wanna get mine.
Right, this is massive. I can't even begin to... I'm not even speculating. See what I did there? It's a gold digging term.
It's speculating.
Speculating.
Yeah.
It's a speculative... I hope I've got that right.
Well, you'll find out more when we go gold digging.
That's a very good point.
We're finally encouraging people to be gold diggers.
This is incredible, this prize. It's a prize and a prize and a prize upon a prize. There is your chance to strike gold, right? $5,000 worth of nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is almost like the icing on top.
Well, because we're actually going to go on a little expedition together.
Yeah.
Like a gold finding expedition. So we're going to give this opportunity to 3 people. And each one of those people can bring a mate, so you're not on your own.
Amazing.
And we're going to take you on a gold digging getaway. So we're going to head to Smith's Beach Resort for a luxe overnight stay in the southwest. And then we're going to go for a delicious dinner at Lamont's. And then we'll give you some brekkie. And then after breakfast, you go digging with... Tell me about this absolute monster of a machine,
Mate,
Pete.
it is the Prospector's Pick Gold Monster 1000 detector. Now, that's a lot of words and a very big number. The point of this is one of the proper real U-Butte gold detectors. This thing itself is worth over $1,700.
It's brilliant. I've never had the chance to use a metal detector. Have you?
No, I've never used one in my entire life.
Well,
this is so cool.
It's
I'm
going to be
so looking
exciting
forward.
because you get to keep it. If you're one of the lucky 3 that are coming with us, you get to keep your detector and then go out and search for these $5,000 worth of nuggets. I mean, it's going to be the best trip.
Huge. Now, here's the thing. Of course, you're asking yourself, what do I have to do? How can I be there? Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins, please tell me. Just register at peteandkymba.com.au and then stand by.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Time for what's trending. What's happening around the world? Hi, producer Brooke. Hi.
Hello, good morning. Now, I've just heard some horrible news from both of you that neither of you have watched Grey's Anatomy.
No.
I know.
I can't believe it.
I know. We had to pretend it was a really big deal when that lady came to our town.
Which
Oh,
lady?
she's still living here.
Kate Walsh.
Remember when Kate Walsh came and all of WA lost their minds?
I saw her.
They're like,
and I
Kate
went,
Walsh is
She's-
here. And I was like, I've never seen an episode.
She's still here.
she's still here, and
She's
she
still
wasn't
here.
only in Grey's Anatomy. She had her own spin-off show as well. She's amazing.
Oh, great actress, I'm sure. I just feel like I missed the boat on this.
Yeah, me too.
series.
There's
And-
still time because
Is
20.
there?
You could jump in at any time. 20 seasons, arguably one of the best shows
No
ever,
kidding.
most successful shows ever.
Well, and it's the birthplace, I think, or the place that everyone kind of really started to get to know McSteamy.
Yes, McDreamy, McSteamy. There was a lot of hot doctors.
Which one's which?
Well, McSteamy, so we're going to talk about McSteamy at the moment
Okay.
because that's Eric Dane, and he was diagnosed with ALS. A year ago, literally one of his arms just started hurting.
That's
That
a
is
form
it.
of MND
Yeah.
that we learned earlier
It-
this week. Yeah.
Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and it's degenerative and fatal, unfortunately.
Mm.
So, and only a year ago, he just felt like his arm felt funny. That is it, and now he's lost complete movement.
Right.
In one, it's
Well, it's the
very,
same
very
condition
sad.
Stephen Hawking's had.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Awful.
Well, and what he spoke, so he's come out now and he's spoken to Diane Sawyer about it, and so we'll have a listen to this.
I have one functioning arm. My dominant side,
Is your right side?
yeah, my left side is functioning. My right side is completely stopped working.
And then your left arm is fine?
No, it's going. Yeah, I feel like maybe a few more months, and I won't have my left hand either. It's sobering.
It's so
He's
sad.
52. He's 52, and he,
Just imagine, just your heart breaks because just to imagine that this body that you're in and you only get one, that was it, and it just things just stop working.
Well, we've talked about it a lot these last few weeks
Yeah.
because of MND's big freeze and trying to get everybody to
Yeah.
support them because it's just such a horrible situation to be in.
It's horrific.
I think my takeaway, though, from the Diane Sawyer interview was just him talking about what's important because obviously he's got this fatal disease. And he just talked about nothing matters but family.
Yeah.
And so,
Yep.
yeah, I mean,
You really learn that once you have health
Yeah.
impact your family.
Yeah.
Once that gets taken away, you understand.
Look, I'll move on to the next story, which is the Sex and the City revival is back, season 3.
Oh, no. Now,
I know.
Now I'm going to have to tell Brooke I've never seen a Sex and the City
Oh,
episode.
my God.
Oh, no.
What do you do with your life?
Here, just take my girl card.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I'm not going to need it
Have
anymore.
You? Pete, have you seen Sex and the City?
Okay, so years and years and years ago, right? So when the second movie, was it the second movie? There's two movies,
There's two
right? There's two
movies.
movies. So when the second movie came out, I was really interested in this girl and she loved it. So we went and we all got really dressed up and I got dressed up in a suit and and then at the beginning of the movie, I think the opening line is "There's no such thing as the perfect man," and I yelled out, "That's not true!"
Oh, God.
And then
Oh, wow,
she
that was smooth.
yeah, she never saw me again
That's
after
so
that. That was
cringe.
it. It was the end of it.
No. Well, look, there was 10 seasons. It was very, very popular. I can't believe neither of you watched the season, but
That was my only foray into it.
Oh my God. Well, look,
sorry,
it's
mate.
back. It's moved streaming services, which is a little bit annoying, but
But it's
'cause you
called
gotta-
something else now, isn't it?
And just like that.
And just
Yeah.
why did they change the name of it?
So at the end of every episode, she would be writing her article and then she would say, and just like that. And then, there'd be something. So that's a tie-in and it's the revival. And I mean, look, there's been a
Are they
lot of
over it? Can you
backlash.
watch it, the life coming out of their eyes while they're acting these now? Are they sort of like, surely I can do something else other than this same character?
I feel like a lot of people now are kind of hate watching it a little bit for
Hate
how...
watching it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of backlash on really? Your love life's still a mess? Sort yourself out kind of thing.
Things have changed. It's 2025. Get it together.
That's amazing.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
It's the competition giving new meaning to. Oh, that's easy. It's a piece of cake. It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Cake off.
Give us the full title. The Australian Women's Weekly Children's Birthday Cake Book.
Got it. Got
Just rolls off the tongue.
It really does. Yep. Like a piece of cake.
They're celebrating 40 years of that absolutely iconic book that a lot of us grew up with in Australia, which was just, full of birthday cakes and basically all of your lofty dreams of your parent trying to create the best one in it.
Now, myself, you, Ben Cousins, we're all attempting to make a cake each out of that. And currently, WA, you are voting on the cake I'm going to make this week to kick things off. You've got voting until 8 a.m. this morning at Pete Kymba Ben on Instagram.
We've got the Candy Castle, the rocket, the tip truck, and also the choo-choo train.
Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo.
They're the 4 options for Pete. I'm recommending that you go for the tip truck because I have no idea how you're going to elevate the tipping part of the truck.
I've already thought about it, and I have a plan. Though I am hoping, and you know this, that I'm hoping that I get the train.
You do want the choo-choo train.
Because the train to me is the iconic one. It's the one that I always remember wanting as a kid.
Well, you get to vote WA, so jump on there because we've only got till 8 o'clock. And then after 8, Pete, we will reveal what you are baking.
Bring it on. Right now, though, 13 10 60, because this could be a disaster. We want to talk about those really important cake disasters that have happened in your life.
You remember them particularly because it's an important event. If it's just a kind of Woolies mud cake and something went wrong, you don't care. If it happened at a wedding or something like that, different story.
Yeah.
My mum made a cake for a family member. My mum was a great cake maker. She still is, but doesn't get around to it as much. She made this great big wedding cake, this huge, long rectangle wedding cake, and it had all the decorations and everything done. And Mum put it in her walk-in robe on a coffee table.
Yeah.
And it was shut in the robe until we had to take it to the wedding. And their dog got in and ate the corner of the cake. Now, when I say corner of the cake, let's say this much? Like, how many would that serve?
That'd serve probably 2 people, 3 people.
Yeah, you reckon? Oh, it was a
enough.
decent chunk.
Yeah.
Mum had to cut around it. It was obvious he hadn't touched any other bits. There were no other licks or any other... But she had to cut that bit of the cake off, make another cake, decorate it, put it all together, and nobody knew.
Unbelievable. We got a crazy story about our wedding cake, which I'll share with you when we come back. But important cake disasters. My wife, when we got married, my wife sent me to go and check on the cake. This was 3 days away from the wedding.
Yep.
And she had requested like a brown marbling, like a caramel marbling through the cake. Beautiful. It was buttercream, right? And I got there and the thing looked like somebody had smeared all the way through it.
That was not quite a word. Feces. Feces. Someone is... Oh, no.
And we had to completely change the cake. We just said, just cover it in white fondant. And that was it.
We'll pretend that you haven't smeared this.
Yeah, and we had to move on. It was a disaster. Hi, Kathy. What happened with the cake?
I was making my son's first birthday cake, and I just thought I could do a big bird on a flat cake, and it looked more like a gremlin. So I had to get somebody's help to recreate the big birds, and it came out good.
I suspect this is what's going to happen to us this week, Kathy, when we do our bake-off, that we think we're going to make great cakes from the Australian Women's Weekly Cake Book, and it's not going to turn out.
It's going to be a disaster. Hi, Roz. Good morning. Now, your godmother made your wedding cake. What happened?
Well, it was a big wedding, so we've got 200-odd people, so lovely big 3-tier wedding cake, and every single layer was raw in the middle.
Oh, no. Oh, God, Roz.
So it was, a bit difficult trying to cut up all these pieces of cake for people to have. But
You know, Roz, I remember my mum made the wedding cake for my Uncle Tony and Auntie Phil, right, I believe. Yeah. I remember it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, a couple of days away from the wedding, and she was having a nervous breakdown because she'd broken one of the little flowers that she was making. It's so much pressure.
But also, I'm not that worried about raw cake. Like straw poll, when the packet cakes and stuff say, do not eat this when don't lick the burger, don't lick it because it's got raw egg. Do you still do it anyway?
Of course I do.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Have you known anyone to suffer?
God, no. Melissa, what happened with your wedding cake?
So we were getting married about an hour away from home, and my mom's boyfriend at the time, who already knew that, like, we weren't on the best terms, just had the job of fetching the cake and bringing it to the venue, and because we're a bit too cheapskate to pay for the delivery, so we sent him to go fetch the cake, and the poor guy drove all the way. He put his aircon on, like, minimum in his big jacket, and he got to the venue, and at a time during the drive he thought he had hit something, but there wasn't anything, and he opened the boot when he got there. My cake had collapsed.
Oh, no.
Oh.
When he actually got to the wedding. Did you get another cake,
So
Mel? What do you do then?
You know what? The venue was amazing.
Oh, that's
He called my mom, and my mom went to go, check the venue. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, can I come? And she's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. And one by one, my bridesmaids were also going to go look at the venue. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, all right. And the chef at the actual venue, and they didn't charge us a cent for this, she saved this cake. She took the top 2 tiers, sort of fixed up a little bit with buttercream. And the bottom tier that was the main culprit, she's served up for dessert. So we still got use out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
deconstructed
good.
wedding cake.
That's good. Thank God.
With some ice cream, everything's fine.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
We got one!
It's time for a We Got One, which is where we're going to chat about something. We're going to throw it out to you. 13 10 60. We want you to call us if you have a story around this or something you have done. And we often don't know if we're going to find anyone. And we might get one.
If we get one, fantastic.
If we get one, great. If
we
it's
get more,
just
even
one
better.
of you. I was talking to a friend on the weekend who mentioned to me that her dad used to do this. And her dad, I would describe him as a dignified man.
Okay.
I would say he's a very, he's a very respectable man.
So
right?
the sort of thing where she told you this and it shocked you.
Shocked me.
Given what you know of him.
He's a respectful, lovely person,
Right.
great man, and I was shocked to hear that back in the day, her dad used to go out to an op shop and purchase a jacket, like just buy any kind of like sort of evening jacket, whatever, and he would go to dinner and he would leave the jacket on the back of his chair when he went out for a cigarette or whatever, and then he would do a runner.
Oh, no.
And the restaurant would always think that he hadn't gone anywhere because they think he would come back for his jacket.
Of course.
And he used to just buy jackets and leave the jackets and not pay for dinner.
That
and
is-
I was like, don't get me wrong, it's next level thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
I
Kids, if you're
wanna hate
listening,
it.
this is still stealing, right? It's not okay. But I just thought, could we put it out there, 13 10 60, did you do a runner?
Oh, great.
Now, I would prefer that they're intentional runners because I get that sometimes some of us may have had lunch or something on a cafe strip and accidentally walked away from the restaurant and realised you forgot to pay. I get that. I'm talking about people who have actually done a runner and gone, we're not paying.
Okay.
We're going
All
to,
right.
and I don't know if anyone will admit to it because what kind of person would admit to something like that?
Well, it's funny that you say that because you'll hear this interview after 8 o'clock, but we literally just caught up with Karl Stefanovic on the Today Show, pre-recorded a chat. He's in town at the moment because State of Origin Rugby League is here in town being
he
played
just-
at Optus Stadium.
Apropos of nothing, we didn't even ask him about this. He just voluntarily told us this story.
I'm in Perth. You can hear the police chasing me. Last time I was here, I nearly got arrested for hooliganism. So I'm grateful that I've been able to do my show thus far.
What
Yeah,
kind
just
of
a little bit
hooligan at the time were you, Carl?
Yeah, just go to the buffet at Crown and do a runner without paying. Nothing too major.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Excuse
Yeah.
me? Wait, no, come on. Serious?
And also, you must know how hard it is to run after you've had the buffet here.
So, Karl Stefanovic, just a cheeky runner of the buffet at Crown.
13 10
Wow.
60. When did you do a runner? I don't know if we're going to get one.
Oh, well, it's funny that you should ask because
Joey, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're good. You're prepared to admit. When did you do a runner?
It would have been over 10 years ago.
What was the circumstances?
We had a birthday party to go to, and there was about 30 of us in the group. So we're at the restaurant. We had dinner, drinks. We're doing shots. And then the server came up to give us our bill. And somebody piped up and said, oh, we've already paid ours. It must be that group over there. So she apologized to us and left. So we just all packed up and headed out.
Oh, no, Joey, wow.
Oh, and you're that many drinks in, you didn't feel bad about it.
No, not at all.
Joey, what would the size of, if you had to guess, what would the size of the bill have been? How much are we talking?
$3,000 to $4,000.
Oh, mate.
Okay, Joey, I've got a follow-up question that might not be standard, but I'm always curious. Did you feel in the coming months that there was any kind of karma that came back to you for this?
No.
None whatsoever.
Ah,
You're good.
Free reign.
Did you ever go back?
Yeah, I just shaved my beard and I look completely different.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
It's the competition giving new meaning to... Oh, that's easy. It's a piece of cake. It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Cake off.
We're caking off, and we can't wait because the the Australian Women's Weekly Children's Birthday Cake Book is celebrating 40 years.
I should write that down somewhere, but nice.
People will get the message. They know it. When you say, think of the cake book of your childhood, everyone's thinking of the same book.
Yeah, you'll have flicked through it. Not a problem.
Right? We all remember.
It's been quite a nostalgic trip down memory lane going through this book for all of us. But we thought we'd take it a step further and we're going to recreate some of these cakes.
Right. You're going to make one, so is Ben, and so am I, and we're going to see whose cake turns out the best.
And every week on Instagram, at Pete Kymba Ben, WA, you get to vote on what option. Now, I'm the one who's going to be baking this week.
You're the first up, yeah.
And the options were revealed yesterday. Take a listen.
These are the 4 cakes for WA to vote on for you to bake.
Okay.
All
Where are they
right.
going to... On the Instagram?
Yes.
At Pete Kymba Ben on Instagram.
Yep. Okay.
All right, what have we got?
You might be baking this one. The rocket.
Oh, the rocket. I love the rocket.
Remember the rocket cake?
I do remember the rocket
foil
cake.
base there holding it up.
Yeah. It's
pretty cute.
It just reminded me of play school.
Yeah.
The base is very important.
And you've got to stack it very high.
Yeah.
You might be making the tip truck.
Oh, I did like the tip truck.
Remember, it's got the wagon wheels for wheels.
Yep.
And the tip truck base, the back of it's filled with lollies.
Well,
That's up your alley.
It is up my alley. It's like a big haul pack. So the giant tray out the back, what I loved about that is you could put all the lollies into it, and it, it's, up and down.
Good luck trying to keep that tip tray up there,
I
mate.
like that. That's
like
that is precarious.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hydraulics.
Yep.
People might also vote
What's
for
my budget?
This is my personal favourite, and I'm devastated that it's ended up in your group.
Oh, because that means you can't cook it?
Because I can't. The Candy Castle. This was my favourite. This is the one with the ice cream cones underneath, and they've all got Smarties sticking out, and it's like a big castle.
Was this not your dream?
This was my dream.
Right.
As a kid, I wanted my mum to make this one.
Yeah. Did your mum ever make it? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Maybe that's a bit harder than it looks. Maybe she did try.
Yeah.
But then
She's a really wonderful mother. She put all of her efforts into being an incredible parent, I think, is what she's done.
Right.
She skipped the cake and went, how about I just raise you right?
An incredible parent would have made the cake, but whatever.
Mate.
No, I'm joking. All right.
And the final choice that WA can vote on, Pete.
Oh,
the choo-choo train.
Yes! Oh, my God. I was hoping for this one.
All aboard.
Really?
Oh,
Apparently this is quite hard.
Honestly, because if I'm going to make one, I want to make one that's going to be tough. I mean, they all look tough in their own degree. But the choo-choo train was the one that just, as soon as I see that, because for me, that was always the front cover of the book.
Yeah.
The choo-choo train was the one that I always wanted.
The moment.
Oh, it's been a mad 24 hours on the Instagrams.
Well, thank you, WA, for your votes. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
For those of you who voted for the rocket, I got bad news for you.
Oh, there's no rocket?
It didn't do so well, Pete.
Okay, so the rocket's out.
Yep.
When we come back, we're going to do the reveal. And it's good to know that the rocket's out.
Do you feel one step closer to your dream?
Thank you for revealing that to me, because I feel a step closer to what I was hoping for. All right, so when we come back, we'll find out which cake you voted for, WA.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Cake off!
I've never been so nervous about a cake, Kymba.
Let's get down to business. The Australian Women's Weekly Children's Birthday Cake Book, celebrating 40 years. We're doing a cake off, and you, me and Ben all making and decorating our own cakes, something from the cake book. And the people of WA have voted what cake you will be doing, Pete.
Thank you, people of WA, for going to the trouble.
We only gave them 4 to choose from because we thought there are so many in the book it's going to get out of control.
Yeah.
So we picked some of the top.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? Now that you mention it, as a kid growing up, I only ever remember the book being like 10 cakes big, and then you actually like read the book now and go, no, there's hundreds of cakes in there.
Well, there are lots of things that probably didn't interest you as a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Less kids are like, oh, I hope I get the typewriter.
The typewriter was, I did like the typewriter.
I think it's cute, but, you know, anyway.
Yeah.
So I did mention moments ago that the rocket didn't do so well. 10% of the vote.
Was that it? 10% of the rocket? Okay.
The rocket cake. The candy castle, only 20% of the vote.
Is that good news for you? Because this could crop back up then. Because you were really interested in the candy castle.
It's the one I wanted as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it'll come back. We'll see. Which leaves the tip truck and the choo-choo train.
Now, the tip truck is very dynamic.
It is, because it's full of the lollies in the back and you've got to actually hoist the back up, which is pretty interesting.
Looks like a big haul pack with the giant tray.
But your real dream is to do the choo-choo train.
Come on, tell me. Am I putting the top hat on?
With 43% of the vote.
Let's go.
You're choo-chooing, baby.
Yes! Yes! Fantastic! Oh, I'm very excited about this. This was it. This was the one. This was the one. I always looked at the book. I looked inside the book and I went, I'd really want the choo-choo train.
Well,
oh my God.
It's funny you say it because when we were talking about it yesterday, I asked a few people around the office if they'd ever attempted any of these cakes. The general feedback was that the choo-choo train is one of the hardest cakes in the book. It doesn't look that hard. So I've gone online to find out why it's so difficult. These are the things you're up against. It says the cake requires baking several individual cakes, which have to be cut and shaped to form the engine and the carriages.
Not a problem.
It requires a steady hand and careful attention to detail because you have to cut specific shapes.
I have often told you these are the best fingers in the country.
It also requires intricate decorating. And there's concerns around icing the cake because icing it, joining the pieces together and assembling it can be time-consuming and requires some patience. And they say due to the complexity, there's a higher chance of errors with the icing separating or the cake crumbling.
Right.
So they say, while the final result of a choo-choo train is impressive and visually appealing, it is not for beginners or those short on time.
Well,
and I wondered if you were either of those.
I'm neither. I might be both. I'm
You're
not
a
sure.
beginner. How many
I'm a
cakes have you
beginner.
made?
I've made a few cakes in my time, I'll
you?
have you know. But there's transferable skills. There is transferable skills. I used to be a plasterer, like a long time ago. I did a bit of plastering, so I'll be able to do the icing. Not a problem. I'll get me trowels back out.
I'm just happy that your dreams have come true.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to thank WA. I mean, you care. That's what I'm saying. You care. You've taken the time out and you care. You know what the thing that does make me nervous is the smoke that comes out of the chimney at the front of the train because there's 4 little pieces of different coloured popcorn.
Oh, yes.
And the way that they actually make those stick up out of the train with little bits stuck between them.
Oh, it's just physics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's physics. Yeah,
I mean,
not
you'll
a
be able to
problem.
work that out
We're
because you also did
classic
physics,
scientists.
didn't you?
Yep. I think I failed it, but yeah. Okay,
So looking forward to it. No,
so
but the
this is
coming weeks as well, we will be revealing what cake Ben's going to be making.
Yep.
And myself as well. And you'll have to vote on those and tell us what you want us to make.
All right. Great. Keep an eye across our socials and keep listening to the show because I'm going to go and make that cake today.
Good.
I am.
Oh, are you?
I am.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
On Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins, it's yay or nay.
Hello, producer Rami.
Hi, happy Wednesday.
Hey.
Wednesday, I love that.
It is Wednesday. It's good.
Hey. First yay and nay for this morning, making and holding up signs at events.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Yay.
Really?
Yeah, mate.
That shooketh me.
No, and you know what? It is the most beautiful, awesome thing to see at the football, the kids and the effort that they go to get the attention of the players and the messages that they write.
Agreed.
You should see them when they call out for a player. For example, one of them will be like, Caleb Sarong, can I have your boots? And then he sees it, goes up, gives the boots over. That kid dines out on that for the rest of their lives.
That is so much more like romantic and sweet than the example I was going to give,
what's
where
yours?
my partner likes to pick me up from the airport and hold up a really inappropriate sign.
Oh, great.
And holds it proudly.
I love
and it's
that.
a different sign each time. And I've probably got about 12 of them in my collection.
I love that.
I walk out to the most humiliating opening statement and everybody's staring and he thinks it's hilarious and I do too.
Any examples you can share with us live on the air right here?
But back to events though. It's cute when kids do it. What about adults?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it.
When adults do it, I'll give you a recent example. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this.
Remember when the chick at the Harry Styles gig said you can't do a backflip and he went, yes, I can.
Oh, that's a good one actually.
right.
What about? Have you guys seen this one?
Oh,
So
I've seen this one. This was at the Brisbane game.
So Brisbane game over the weekend. Mother and daughter duo. I will repeat that. Mother and daughter duo.
Mum's got a sign that says, I don't want your boots. I want your last name.
Yep. And what does the girl say?
I need a stepdad. Marry my mum. And then it says, this could be you. And there's a photo of her mum standing next to a man and they have superimposed the head of
Creepy.
the player.
Creepy. So this is blown up on socials and everyone's saying
Stefanovic.
it's really inappropriate and really cringe.
Nah, it's fun.
No.
It's fun. Mate, it's a footy game. It's a
Mother and daughter.
It's harmless fun. Like how's that going to go any further at a place like a football game?
It did go further.
No, it didn't.
It's being talked about all week on socials.
No, the further I want is he takes her up on the offer.
He's 25 years old.
Whatever.
Anyway, second one. Putting socks on. Okay, listen to me very carefully here, okay?
Yes.
Putting socks and shoes on the one foot before moving on to the other foot.
Right, gotcha.
3, 2, 1.
Nay.
What am I, a psychopath?
Yeah.
Who would
Oh my
do
God.
that?
It's sock, shoe, shoe.
Why would you put
my
sock, shoe?
Oh, God, because my partner, Jake, he came across this on socials during the week, and it's like a thing that's going around at the moment, and people were saying the exact same thing you just said, Kymba, like it's a bit psychotic. And then I just admitted that I do the one
do
sock,
it.
one shoe. I do like the one, like sock, shoe, shoe.
Yeah, that's what everyone's
That's
doing.
what we're saying. Sock,
Or do
shoe,
you
shoe.
go
I
sock,
do the
shoe,
other
sock,
one.
shoe?
I do the other one.
Yeah, you sock, shoe.
Yeah.
Is that? And then how do you take them off? How do you take? Do you take them off shoe, sock, or do you take them off shoe, sock?
No, I go shoe, and sock.
Yes.
Really bringing out our best gear, aren't we?
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
There's a really big game happening in WA tonight between Queensland and New South Wales for State of Origin.
Yeah.
Right now, this is rugby league.
Yep.
Now, this is the big game in the eastern states. If you hear people going on about Maroons versus Blues and yada yada
But
yada,
we're on the West Coast.
We are on the West Coast.
Why do I care?
But because I don't know that you care, and to be frank, I don't know that there's anything I could say to you to make you care.
Hey, I'm open-minded, all right? I have played some sport before.
It is live from Perth Stadium tonight on 9 and 9 now from 5:30. I like it because I like the passion of it. But another proud Queenslander is a bloke that you might know from the Today shows. He's called Karl Stefanovic. That's him, isn't it?
Shut up, you and Carl are mates.
We're good mates, and he's a good man. I mean, he's a man. He's a journalist. He's an award-winning journalist, massive TV presenter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's won a couple of Logies, hasn't he?
Won a
He's done,
couple of Logies, yep.
Successful man.
Absolutely.
But also the same man who revealed to us that he's on the lam from the police in West Australia, and also he eats from a bin like a bin chicken.
Yeah, have a listen to our chat from earlier. Karl Stefanovic, State of Origins in WA. Queenslander, let's go!
Come on!
Come on!
Let's go!
Yay! Go the things! Yay for sports ball! I'm in this too, right?
Of course you are.
Benny, great to hear from you guys. Big fans. I want to thank you for the weather here today. Just spectacular. Reminds me of Cairns in the summer.
Yeah, we are. So for those of you right across WA listening to this, because State of Origin's being played at Perth Stadium tonight, Optus Stadium.
Carl, you must be in Perth, are you?
I'm in Perth. You can hear the police chasing me. Last time I was here, I nearly got arrested for hooliganism. So I'm grateful that I've been able to do my show thus far.
What kind of hooligan at the time were you, Carl?
Yeah, just go to the buffet at Crown and do a runner without paying. Nothing too major.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. Excuse me? No, come on. Serious?
No. Well, and also you must know how hard it is to run after you've had the buffet here. But no, it's all fine. It's all.
You know what?
It's all fine.
I didn't want to be rude and call you Karl Bin Chicken Stefanovic, but
No.
Because we did see you taking the pastry out of the bin in the studio.
Well, I'm a Queenslander. I'm watching my weight, and then the girls get all these pastries in the morning, and whatever's left over is something that I think is fair game. So it's all fine. Don't you reckon? People do that at their workplaces everywhere. People cook stuff in the microwave like tuna and salmon and stink out the joint. But I'm more of a person who trowels the bins looking for pastries. You guys? No.
And much like the buffet at Crown. I mean, if they're going to leave the food sitting out there, of course you're going to grab it.
Exactly. Opportunism. That's what we do best.
100%, mate. Going to be an exciting night tonight, 9 and 9 now from 5:30, Queensland versus New South Wales, and Game 2 hits Perth.
Yeah, look, I'm excited by it. Look, everyone knows it's an AFL town. I mean, the NRL's, pretty obviously aware of all of that. But I arrived yesterday and it was great to see the vibe. I mean, this is one of the best precincts in the world for entertainment. And Optus Stadium's such a great stadium to watch sport in. So I just think it's a fabulous evening that we're going to see. And there's a bit of bite between New South Wales and Queensland. And I think anyone from Perth that goes along to the stadium will see that tonight. So you're going to see the best of the alternate code in Perth this evening. It'll be fantastic.
Well, and great you've got it on free-to-air too, because, I think lots of these streaming services now have just got kind of...
Don't wind me up. No, I was like, I watched the soccer the other night. I didn't even know it was on because it was on, I don't know, Paramount or something. I don't even know what it was on. But yeah, I think that there's a need for that in this country. If the Australian anything is playing, it needs to be promoted. And if it's on an international streaming, you don't get any kind of promotion. So at least the Aussie ones have that kind of promotion. But I want to be able to watch. My mum doesn't have streaming services in Cairns, and I'm not going to pay for her. So she needs to be able to see it on free-to-air.
Hey, Karl, we got 2 minutes before we know that you have to head off, mate. But for people who aren't aware of, state of origin and how much it actually means to Queenslanders and people in New South Wales, can you explain it, like in a nutshell, just why this is such a powerful game?
Well, I think it's very similar to the AFL state of origin, which I lament that they don't play anymore. And I used to love those games in the AFL. It's similar to that, except it's kind of more ingrained because the Queenslanders were often considered, the poorer cousins of New South Wales for so many years. And part of the Queenslanders' identity is through rugby league. And we had these great players of the past that really transformed the thought processes that we had about ourselves by conquering New South Wales and vice versa for New South Wales. So it's one of those things that goes beyond sport. It's more about your state's identity. And I just really love it. It's just the intensity of it is incredible. And just the power and agility of these great sports people is wonderful to watch.
Oh, my God, Karl, even I want to go. Well,
yeah, you got to go.
Great spruik.
Yep. It's poetry,
I'd love to be there, but the cops are here. So.
God, he's loose. He's such a loose unit. I love him. Karl Stefanovic there. And, of course, State of Origin live from Perth Stadium tonight, 9 and 9 now from 5:30. I've figured it out. I've figured out the way that I could describe this to you in terms of, like, what the big hook is for this game.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
For you, it would be the equivalent of if you were starving and you had to choose either cheese or chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Right? That's how serious it is.
Thank you for understanding me.
I understand you. You're very welcome.
Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. You can't miss Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins, and you can't miss with whatif.com. With loads of accommodation across Australia, plus flights and more. Book your trip at whatif.com or download the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel.